Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Zay. So, as the title of the video says, I sold out of all of my Pokemon to focus on Dragon Ball. And not just Dragon Ball, to be honest with you. It's also One Piece. But before I kind of talk about that, yes, I have been MIA. I have not done a video in like a month or a little bit over a month. I had some unfortunate family situations go down back to back, and I needed to unfortunately step away from kind of trying to do videos and do all the card stuff. So I needed to take a break, but this decision was actually made last month, in June. So long story short, I had two shows in the same weekend. I think one was in Beaufort, Georgia, and another one was in Calhoun, Georgia on Sunday. And what happened was on Saturday, I did like one sale / trade in Pokemon, but I did crazy amounts of deals in Dragon Ball and One Piece. More deals in terms of the number amount in One Piece, but in terms of sales, my Dragon Ball did fantastic that day. So I was like, man, it already it dropped in the back of my mind like, yo, this is pretty damn good. I think I might know what I'm doing. And then Sunday hit. I was not able to stay and vend the entire show because unfortunately that's when the family situation started popping up. But the couple hours that I was there, man, like I did a couple One Piece deals, but people were all over the Dragon Ball. Like it was crazy. So that was, honestly, I took that as a sign to get out of Pokemon because one, I didn't have a lot of inventory, and two, to be honest with you, I'm more of a player. I play One Piece and I do play Dragon Ball Masters and Fusion World, even though I have not played in a pretty decent, long time competitively. I am a player. I don't play Pokemon. I enjoy Pokemon up to like Diamond and Pearl. I have my favorite Pokemon, that being the entire Typhlosion evolution line, and Mimikyu and a few others. And so I do have an attachment to Pokemon, but not enough of an attachment to want to kind of like vend it. I can talk to people about their interest and their joy and love for Pokemon because I do have some of that. But in terms like when you start getting like knee deep and deep into like the sets and the eras and the vintage and the modern and the mid-era, like I have no idea what the hell that is. That's not saying I couldn't learn, because you can learn anything if you put enough effort into it. But I knew more about Dragon Ball because I've been playing since the beginning of both games. One Piece, I've been interested in the game and have been playing the game for a few years. So I was interested when it first started, but actually been playing for a couple years. And although I don't really have like the anime knowledge of it, I do have a favorite character. It's Chopper. In some of the arts, I'm not gonna lie, like when I watch some clips and stuff, like my boy Kuzan, he kind of got the drip. My boy Anel kind of got the drip. So I kind of do enjoy their style and their alt arts and stuff like that. So I do have, some kind of connection. And at the absolute worst, since I play the card game, I can actually talk to people about the cards that do want to play. So I kind of made the decision to also stop spreading my wallet thin, because trying to focus on Pokemon is already a beast in and of itself in terms of like money. Trying to also add One Piece, which is another beast with all the SPs, the wanteds, the alt-art leaders, the mangas, the treasure rares, like even some of just the alt-arts when it comes to the Straw Hat crews like Nami, Boa, Luffy, Zoro. Your wallet is getting stretched thin, and then to try to add Dragon Ball with all of the energy markers and some of the alt arts and fusion worlds with like mainly the manga booster stuff or the super alt arts. Then you add in some alt arts or just some base rarity cards and masters are expensive. Like just about every, let's be real, every good looking secret rare that is more like a Saiyan. So Vegito, Gogeta, Goku, Vegeta, even some Frieza secret rares, or your more modern playable secret rares like Beast Gohan. Those things are running for like $200, $300, $400. Like, you know, the wallet was getting stretched extra thin. So I made the decision to cut Pokemon, and I think it was the right decision, just for me personally. Now, I did have a show, that was last month. I did have a show this past weekend on the 19th, and I did horrible. This was my first show with no Pokemon in the case. It was only a full case of Dragon Ball Masters and Fusion World, and a smaller case that had my slabs. I have a few graded cards. Excuse me, I just got off work, I'm sorry. I had a few graded cards. Some of them I graded myself, some of them I just kind of picked up on auctions, and some One Piece alt arts. And I also had I had two binders, one full of some alt arts for Dragon Ball SPRs and stuff, and another binder full of all of my One Piece like SRs, some alt arts, some playable rares and stuff like that. So I had the whole thing set up. I did 2 sales for $30, both sales were from the same person. He bought $20 worth of cards from me, left, came back, and then bought another $10 worth of cards from me. So that was a thing. I bought cards from people twice, one of which was a prearranged deal on Facebook for Dragon Ball cards. It was a lot of BT31 cards and a couple other Fusion World cards. So I bought some of that from him, which was cool, because we didn't even know we lived in the same state until he realized it, and he lived 30-45 minutes away from the show that I was attending, so that was cool. Really great guy. Bought about $500-$600 worth of stuff from him. And then another guy came up to me who I've seen at multiple shows before. He was selling me some One Piece stuff. He was kind of walking around a lot, doing a lot of double or nothing flipping, which was crazy. But he's interesting, and he's a nice guy from my interactions with him. So I bought some cards from him, about $200 worth of cards from him. And then I did about 3 trades. A guy wanted to trade me a couple slabs for an energy marker and an alt-art Goku, which was pretty cool. And they're not like crazy slabs either. It was like a PSA 9 Gold D Roger alt-art leader and an SPR Gohan superhero. It was like a yellow Gohan. I don't remember the name. It was like $60 in value, like $40, $50, $60 in value. So it wasn't anything crazy. A father and his daughter were interested in some One Piece stuff. He wanted some leaders. She wanted a Yamato card, so we did, some trading here and there. And I think there was one more trade that I'm not remembering. But I did one more trade. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. But yeah, that was pretty much it. My whole day was honestly just me doing this on my phone, because a lot of people would walk up, they would see I didn't have Pokemon, and they would just walk away. Now, I need to preface this by saying that this was also the same show last month that I did like $800 worth of sales just in Dragon Ball. So last month I did a lot of sales in Dragon Ball, and then this month at the same show, same venue, I didn't do as much. I basically, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at total transactions and sales, and if you look at numbers alone, I did horrible. And that's one, I did not let that discourage me or think that I made the wrong decision. This is something that if you choose to, and I want to say Dragon Ball is not a niche IP. but it is a niche card game. It is definitely not have as many fans or collectors as Pokemon. So by choosing to focus heavily on a niche card game and that be your main card game, I put myself in a situation where I have to accept that I might go to card shows and nobody interacts with me at those card shows. Or I have to look and, accept the fact that multiple people will come up to my table and be like, yo, those cards look cool. Man, I'll come back later, and they don't show back up. Like, we've all, even people that are interested, like if I had a whole case full of Pokemon, they'll say, oh, I'll be back, and they don't come back. So that's not anything new, but it's more common if you have more of a niche card game. Even with One Piece, at this past show, I was the only vendor that had Dragon Ball, and I was one of 2 vendors with One Piece. And the other vendor with the One Piece had Pokemon, but even he said that the One Piece really wasn't moving that much at that show. So I wasn't alone in the room. It was me and him and some other sports guys, but 90% of the room was Pokemon. So that's just unfortunately for me how the show went. But I won't let that discourage me and make me think that I made a bad decision, because in the end, I think I made a good decision for myself to focus on what I know best. And people can tell when you're genuine and when you know what you're talking about. Like, I can sit and talk with somebody about Dragon Ball for hours, for 20, 30, 45 minutes, an hour about Dragon Ball. One Piece, I can't talk about the anime itself for a long period of time, but I can talk about the card game for a minute. Like, I play, I have friends that play, and I keep up with the meta and the format. So if a person comes up to me about Pokemon, hey man, I know Gen 1, I know Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, and we're done. Like, if you come up to me and you're like, yeah, my favorite Pokemon is Zeraora or fucking damn, what is that one Pokemon? Shit. If they start talking to me like, oh, my favorite starter is like Scorbunny or something like that, I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is a Scorbunny? Like, I don't know what that is. Like, so I think I'm starting to yap, so I'm gonna try to cut this video. But at the end of the day, I don't think I made the wrong decision. I think I made the right decision for myself. And I actually had a lot of people come up to me and say that, man, I didn't know there was going to be Dragon Ball here. I would have brought my cards, and we could have, a lot of people would have been willing to trade or move around cards that could have helped me get sales for maybe I just didn't have somebody's favorite character. So it told me that, one, I need to post more, get my name out there in the vendor space more, and also talk to the people that host shows and tell them, hey, if you guys are going to do promos or push the show and promote it and stuff, mention in your promos that, hey, we're also going to have Dragon Ball, we're also going to have One Piece. So it brings in it has the potential to bring in those people that are interested in that. But I also need to take initiative and promote myself. I need to go to the Atlanta TCG groups of One Piece and Dragon Ball and tell them, like, hey, there's a card show this weekend. I'm gonna be there with Dragon Ball. I'm gonna be there with One Piece. Hey, come out, show some love. I might have some stuff that you want. You might have some stuff you're looking to get rid of, whether they be slabs, whether they be singles. Come out. I might be willing to buy it. We can trade. We can you can buy some stuff from me. I need to also take the initiative myself and not just also put the onus on the host or the showrunners to do it for me. And that also means that I need to post on my Instagram more. So I bought like a light box and like a phone stand to try to like take better pictures of cards and show like the beauty of Dragon Ball cards, because everybody posts sports cards, everybody posts Pokemon cards, and a lot of people post One Piece cards, but you don't really see people post and promote Dragon Ball. So I want to show the beauty in that as well. So until next time, I just pulled up to the crib. I also need to run to the post office because I made a really big sale with Dragon Ball and One Piece on Facebook. And I need to go drop that off at the mail, at the post office. So until next time, guys, I appreciate you all for listening. If you made it to the end of the video, if you did, man, put hashtag 4-star, just to let me know if, you enjoyed my yap session. But until next time, peace out.